Hi there. This company, Zeta, is growing like crazy. The market cap right now is about $3.5 billion. Price $15 per share. And if you look at the revenue, over the last 3 years, it has increased from 600 million to 1 billion 2024. And it is expected to increase even more by 2025 by 1.2 billion and 2028 $2.1 billion. So as you can see, this company is growing quite a lot. Moreover, if you look at the free cash flow, it keeps growing, keeps getting better and better. From 2022 to $49 million to 2024 to 92 million, and for 2025 they expect 140 million. Now, they also offer their guidance for 2028, and their free cash flow is expected to increase to 340 million. What does it mean this? Well, at the current market cap of 3.5 billion, and if they keep growing, they increase their free cash flow over the years by 10% and also the revenue, then you can have easily a 2x on their market cap. So this is quite a great opportunity. Now maybe you wonder what Zeta does. Well, Zeta offers a marketing platform, cloud marketing platform. And they offer their marketing services to different companies in the US and also around the world. But for the moment, most of the revenue comes from the US. So US represents a huge size. And if you look at the total addressable market for 2025, is between, according to the services they offer, is around 50 and 100 billion. So it's hard to calculate the total addressable market because they offer different services compared to the other competitors. So around 50 and 100 billion dollars. Now think about this. If they get a market share about 10% in the US, by the way, this total addressable market is only for the US. This means with a market share of 10%, they can reach 5 billion in revenue. And by the way, this total addressable market is expected to grow more in the future. So based on this total addressable market and also the estimates what the company offered, 2 billion to 5 billion, the growth rate seems achievable. And imagine, if the revenue goes to 5 billion over the next 5 to 10 years, so 5 billion, if they achieve a market share about 10%, so their free cash flow may increase from 300 million to over 500 million. And if this happens, the market cap can go to 10 billion. This means you can have more than 2x on your investment, almost 3x. So this seems like a great opportunity. Right now, the market cap seems somehow fairly valued. It also depends on the return you want. And then you also have to look at the risk, because this is the upside, right? Upside. And it seems achievable based on the market share. If they continue to provide their services, great services, they can reach easily 2 billion in revenue and over 300 million free cash flow. Now, you also have to look at the downside, right? Downside. What can go wrong? Because maybe you might not achieve 2 billion or 5 billion or 10% market share. Well, you have to know that Zeta also competes with Salesforce, Adobe, and HubSpot, and of course other marketing platforms, new entrants that may arise in the future. And if they start competing, they already compete, if they start lowering their prices, then Zeta will also be forced to lower their prices, and they may not also achieve this market share of 10%, maybe lower. Or maybe Zeta can go to 40% market share. So it depends on their platform. How effective are their services compared to other competitors? Then you also have to know about dilution, because Zeta have increased their revenue quite a lot, but they also rewarded their employees through stock-based compensations, which increased the number of shares. From its IPO, 120 million, to today, 210 million. So it was an increase, quite a lot. Not a double, or triple, or 10x, because on other companies you may see something like this, but Zeta has increased the number of shares from 120 million to 210 million. And for 2025, and I really appreciate this, they said that the dilution will be around 4 and 6%. In 2026, 3 and 4%. So you can expect more dilution. This means that the number of shares will increase by 4 or 6% a year the next 2 years. But I also did some buybacks, and that's a plus. I mean, there are other companies that don't say anything about dilution and let shareholders lose in value over time. But they were honest, and I really appreciate this. This is a great plus. They discuss about this issue, dilution. Now, based on their opportunity, as I said, the upside, and also look at the downside, yes, on what the management offered, their guidance, I think this is achievable. To increase the revenue to 2 billion is not that hard, and also the free cash flow to over $300 million. And be aware of this. If the growth rate remains about 10 and 20% a year, then the market cap from this level can really double. You can really have a 2x on your investment. I don't know if the market cap can go to 10 billion because you also have competition, but 2x seems achievable. Of course, if the US goes into a recession, then that will be quite bad for all companies, not only for Zeta. So if you like this company, the opportunity, the upside, how much money you can make, and the downside, you also have to pay attention to the downside, then you might want to take advantage. For me, I have better investment ideas than Zeta, where the upside is high and the downside quite low, very low. So if you are interested, you can go to my profile, press join, and have access to my portfolio. See every transaction I do, what I buy, what I sell, and you can also have access to other investment ideas. So if you want better returns than this company or make more money, go to my profile and press join. And if you have other questions about this company, please let me know in the comments.